Hello, and thank you for joining me on our thought for the day today. Love your enemies. That's one of the most radical things Jesus ever said. And I think, in fact, it's one of the most radical things that have ever been said. The word enemy makes us think of struggle and fight and argument, not love normally. When someone is hostile towards us, we seem to have a deep-rooted instinct to either fight our corner and attack or to withdraw to a safe place and keep out of their reach. Loving them is definitely counterintuitive. Perhaps we don't use the word enemy as much today as people in the past did. As a nation, do we really have enemies today? There are tensions between Britain and certain other nations, but we wouldn't necessarily call them our enemies, would we? And on a personal level, we don't seem to call people our personal enemies either. That's a rare thing. But for most of us, there are people in our lives we don't get on with. Maybe there's just a bit of a dislike there, a clash of personalities. Maybe someone has done us or people we love real harm. There's a lot of talk at the moment about how our society is split into different camps. People who are for or against Brexit, people who agree with COVID vaccines and those who don't, people who agree with our government and those who would like to see it go. A lot of that hostility plays out on social media today. They are definitely a place where we tend to say things and behave in a way we wouldn't do in a face-to-face situation, and small conflicts blow up in no time at all when lots of other people get involved and take sides. And what does Jesus say? To you who are willing to listen, I say, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who hurt you. If someone slaps you on one cheek, offer the other cheek also. If someone demands your coat, offer your shirt also. Give to anyone who asks, and when things are taken away from you, don't try to get them back. Do to others as you would like them to do to you. How does this make sense? Can I say, first of all, I don't think Jesus says this in relation to abusive relationships. If you are in one of those, you should try and get some help. Maybe it can be worked upon and be changed, but I don't believe you're meant to silently suffer and endure abuse or violence. But how does loving our enemies make sense in a normal context, in those relationships with family members, or friends or colleagues or schoolmates or people we're in touch with online? And how can we do it? Can we control and steer our feelings that we feel love for someone we are cross with or despise? I believe love can be something we do rather than feel. I can decide to give the person I dislike respect and attention. I can listen to them, give them time to explain what they really mean and where they're coming from. I can lend them a helping hand if they let me. All this can transform a relationship and break the vicious circle of attack and counterattack. If we really listen to someone first and try and see life from their point of view, our attitude might change. You may still not agree with them, but have a bit of understanding for their position, where they're coming from. And their attitude towards us might change because they're listened to and not shouted at. Help from a side we've not expected has the same effect. Our expectation that the other person is an unpleasant and nasty creature is disrupted. We start to wonder if there's another side to them that's been well hidden so far. We start to question our attitude towards them, and it may actually change. Jesus, in this passage, talks about things we can do, not our feelings, when he talks about loving our enemies. Doing good to them, blessing them, praying for them, turning the other cheek, giving them the tunic as well as the cloak, and not demanding anything back. Prayer is actually a very good point to start. I experienced that myself. Some years ago, there was a person that I knew who I found really difficult to get on with, and one day we actually ended up in an argument. I decided to pray for that person, and nothing really changed for years. But one day we started to talk again, just out of the blue, and we're on friendly terms now. Our feelings can change with our actions. We cannot control our feelings, but we can control what we do. It's not always easy not to hit back and show kindness to someone who's being nasty, but that sort of unexpected reaction from our side will do more good to the situation than our instinctive reaction. And we would have Jesus on our side. In this new year, why not try that and put that into action? Let's try and love our enemies. It will be life-changing for them and for us. Thank you for being with me this morning, and I hope and pray that you will have a really good week and a good start to this new year. Bye-bye.